Leopold versus Vortex, which is better? Let's jump into it. The two scopes we're going to be looking at today is going to be a Vortex Razor HD, this is a Light Hunter model, versus a Leopold Vari X3. Both these scopes are very good comparisons for each other. The Leopold's a little cheaper in this case. It's only going to run you about $700, whereas the Vortex is going to run you close to $1,000, right around $1,000. So today we'll look at pretty much everything that makes up a scope and which one you should choose for certain applications and why. The first thing we're going to be looking at is weight. Basically, both these scopes are only about 1.5 ounces off for weight difference. For me, that doesn't make a difference. Either rifle, when I'm packing either one in, 1 ounce, I'm not going to feel that. It doesn't matter how many miles I'm walking, I'm not going to feel it. So for me, if you're comparing these scopes for weight, they're dead even. Now price, in general, Vortex is going to be a little cheaper than Leopold. In this case, the Leopold's actually a little cheaper than the Vortex, but you can get a quality Vortex scope for a couple $100 cheaper than you could get a quality Leopold scope. I think the Leopolds will be a little better for the price, but it's very close, so I think you'd be happy either way. Now the finish on these scopes, I'm going to have to give the winner for the finish on the scope to Leopold. It's better, it stands up to scratches and things better. I've had this Vortex and this Leopold for about the same amount of time, same amount of hunts, and I've got a couple scratches I've got on this Vortex. It also feels just a little bit grittier when you run your hand across it, as the Leopold feels smoother. So finish, look-wise, I'm going to give that to Leopold. Next, we're going to go to usability. For magnification, Leopold's got the clear win. It's got this little thumb screw that sticks out on the Vari X3, and it's awesome. It's really quick for adjusting magnification on the fly. Vortex just has a little lip that pops out, and it's kind of hard to grab, and it's really stiff to turn, and I've used these scopes quite a bit, and it's never softened up. It's way too stiff in my opinion. Turret systems, I say Leopold's got the win for turret systems also. With the CDS system, they come with the zero stop on them. Their entry-level scopes have them. And basically, if you buy a Leopold scope, you get one free custom turret. So you just put in what ammo you're going to shoot, velocity, things like that, bullet coefficiency on their website. And they'll send you a free turret customized for that round. So instead of having to use MOAs, you can just turn it. Let's say I want to shoot 300 yards. Well, I just turn it to 3 on my dial and I'm done. Whereas Vortex uses the MOA system, and they don't really offer through their company any way to get a custom turret made. So with the MOA system, you'd have to write down your drop for what distance. You'd have to look at that and then turn it to whatever your MOA is on your dial. So I think Leopold for usability for me has got the win. All right, so Leopold's been around longer. Leopold has had an amazing warranty forever. When Vortex came in, I think their goal was to beat Leopold's warranty. Now today, they both have amazing warranties. Pretty much any damage, anything, they're both going to fix them. But I really feel like Vortex is really trying to beat Leopold, so they're trying harder. I mean, you drop this, it falls off your gun, you run it over with your truck, somehow it bursts into flames. Vortex is going to replace it with no questions asked. Leopold would probably replace it too, maybe ask some questions. But for both scopes, warranties are amazing on either, but I'm going to have to give the little bit of a warranty edge to Vortex in this case. All right, moving on to the two big ones, clarity and light transmission. Right away, I'll say you have to give the win in both of those to Leopold, even if it's ever so slightly. This being said, Leopold just makes a higher end, more expensive scope if you go to the top model. Now, when you get down into their middle range models, that's where it changes a little bit. You can't tell a real big difference between the Leopold or the Vortex, let's say in the $600 range. They're both going to be pretty dang close. I will say right around the same price range, Leopold's going to beat it so slightly that you probably would never notice. I mean, I spent hours and hours and hours hunting through these scopes, looking through them, shooting through them, checking them just before dark, right at daylight. It's really hard to tell a difference, but I still think when I put that Leopold up to my eye, I go, wow, it's just a little bit clearer. That being said, these are both fantastic scopes. and I wouldn't hesitate to buy either one of these again. All right, to wrap this all up, I'd say if you don't have very much to spend or you just want to get an entry-level scope, you're going to buy the Vortex. It's a little cheaper, high quality, you can't go wrong, and you'll be very happy with it. If you've got a little bit more to spend, you can explore some of the higher-end Leopolds. I'd say where the cutoff where I'd look at Leopold versus Vortex is if I'm willing to spend $600 or more, I'm going to buy a Leopold. If I only got $600 or less I want to spend, I'm probably going to buy Vortex because you can get more options for that price range than you could get in Leopold. Alright guys, I hope you liked this video. Please like, subscribe. If you got any questions or anything I didn't touch on this video you'd like to know, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to get back to you on that.